Hey folks, this is Alan Jones here at HiFi Buys, and I'm really happy to have Adam Hauser here with KEF.
Thank you, Al. Appreciate it. I'm excited about today and our event coming up tomorrow.
Actually, this is going to be a blast. The reason that we're here today is, for one, we're having a party tomorrow, introducing the Q Series by KEF. The Q Series has been so successful for us over the years. It's always been one of the best, I hate to call it value line of speakers, but it is a, very reasonably priced product that has an awful lot of engineering into it. It stays with the company focus of concentric drivers, and one of the things we wanted to do was, since we're doing the launch of these speakers right now and having a party tomorrow, let's tell people why.
Well, I mean, the last update to the Q Series took place in 2017.
Yes.
So it's been quite a while, and my goodness, since then we've released refreshes on the LS50s.
Yep.
Refreshes on the Blades, Reference R Series.
Came out with wireless.
Came out with more wireless products.
Yes.
The LSX2 came out with the LS60s. And the big innovation that we've had recently, of course, was Metamaterial, which started first in the LS50s.
Right.
And is now expanded to more and more products within KEF. And Meta is so important because that back energy that a tweeter makes has to go somewhere in the cabinet.
Yep.
And being able to absorb almost 100% of that on that tweeter is so important for making that voice come out of the box, making it sound more lifelike.
Yep.
Metamaterial research is really unique as it's not really about the material itself, it's about the shape of the material. A lot of the research in metamaterials actually is based around industrial HVAC, so industrial air conditioning and things, where I've got, ducts that are 8 and 10 feet wide. Well, when a lot of air moves down that, it can cause the walls to vibrate, creating a lot of noise in a commercial settings. And so metamaterials, a lot of the research is creating these channels and pathways in ductwork to actually eliminate that noise. KEF went to a metamaterials company, a lab that was doing research, and we worked together with them to create this little 3 to 4 millimeter disc that goes in the back of our UniQ driver. So it takes that back wave energy that's coming from the tweeter and has multiple numbers of channels inside there. Each channel is shaped to specifically attract a certain area of frequency from that back wave. Think of like, water or air is always going to go to the area of least resistance. So multiple frequencies are going to act the same way, where one little frequency will find this path easier to go down. So it'll go down that little path, get dissolved, can't come back out. So we literally just trap it. Kind of like the trapping gun from Ghostbusters. It's kind of just taking all that energy back so none of it comes back into the tweeter, because you always want a tweeter to be very lightweight, yet very stiff. So any energy that comes back to it will easily create distortion. And so being able to absorb it is again how you get that voice out of the box.
And not have extra noise on top of it in that process.
And now to be able to bring it down to speakers that range from $2,200 for the Q11 all the way down to $600 for the Q1 Metas is just incredible. And so we've added Meta to the Q Series. We've added the shadow flare from the R Series, which helps in the basically eliminating any sharp edges for distraction to distortion. We've added all new crossovers. We've added all new mounting technologies for the drivers to make sure the drivers don't transmit energy into the cabinet, which would again add more distortion. And we actually expanded the line too. We added the new Concertos, which is one of the first 3-way bookshelves.
So let's talk about the Concerto a little bit. One of our most successful speakers, and I think probably in y'all's entire line, for one, starts off with the Reference 1, which is a 3-way bookshelf, which most people can't do 3-way bookshelves. Simply because there's not enough size. But because y'all doing concentric drivers, it looks like 2 drivers in the box, but it literally is a 3-way speaker. We have done so well with the R1s, which again reference, and then the R3s, which is a similar type design, just not quite to the 9s. Now we have the Concertos in the Q Series. So tell us a little bit about what makes this speaker so friggin' incredible.
The whole Q Series now is, with the exception of the Q1, the Q3, the Q4, the whole series is 3-way now instead of 2.5-way. And what that really means is, in a 2.5-way design, you have the crossover goes to the high frequency and mid-range, and the bass driver is essentially directly connected to the amplifier. So there's not necessarily as much control as there could be with a 3-way design. So now with the crossover being a true 3-way, we're really expanding what we can do. And that's why the Concerto can almost even exist, is because of that new 3-way design. In such a small cabinet, we're pulling that technology from the R3. We've seen such a tremendous response to our three-way bookshelves. People just kind of falling in love with it. Kind of became the Christmas darling last year. Everybody had to have a pair. That three-way design gives us the ability to create a full range sound in such a small box. And they're $1,300 retail.
That's amazing.
Which is, we can really bring high fidelity sound to so many more people. And then when you go from the Concerto, which the name comes from the first three-way speaker KEF made in 1969, which was called the Concerto. So this is kind of throwback to that name. We take the Concerto and show you all the things KEF can do with UniQ and with Meta, our drivers, all the technology in there. And then we can go to the R3s. And what's so amazing is the R3s are $2,200 retail. And all we do in the R3s is take everything you love and just give you more of it.
Right.
And then you go to the reference ones and we're just giving you more of it.
Yes.
So it creates this kind of journey where everybody can kind of find that place they want to be to just listen to more music. Because that's the end game, is just listen to more music.
Yep. And the way we listen to more music is to be able to fit more products in better ways in the homes. And that's one of the things I like about your company. You have a lot of ways for us to, shall we say, work within a customer's home to be able to get great sound in an environment without dominating the environment, except sonically.
Yeah, I mean, we can't pretend that everyone has the same room or same available room for equipment. And so the product you're listening to has to fit into the room. So whether it be a pair of bookshelves, pair of tower, pair of in walls, pair of in ceilings, we have to do everything we can to create a product that's worth listening to wherever you have to put it. Because we all have constrained environments to some degree. Even when we have free reign to build a theater room or a listening room, there's always some kind of constraint somewhere. And so we took our value product line and actually added to the range, where we see a lot of other people pulling back on the products they offer. So now we have the Concerto, we have the new Q4 on-wall, which is basically a Q1 Meta, but in a smaller on-wall package. So people could use that as a stereo left and right, or as LCR, sides, rears. And just, again, expanding the places you can put your music.
The Q series is doing so much of what we've seen kind of in the upper end of what y'all's stuff, and it's been brought down into the Q series after a period of time. So with all these technologies going into it, what does somebody gain if they're sitting there listening? What do they gain from the old Q series to the current Q series?
It's everything you loved in your old Q series and more. It's going to be adding better bass response, more lifelike, real-world soundstage. That's going to be from the improvement in the UniQ driver with the addition of Meta. So that sound, that feeling of voice, that feeling of presence just comes out of the box more. That's really what Meta gets you, is it just takes that voice from the driver and pulls it into the room more.
That's awesome.
The refinement of being three-way, the bass response changes so much.
You have a bit more of a dynamic speaker.
Correct.
You're a little more dedicated in what's going on.
And if you look at like the Q950, which was an amazing speaker, and it's 2.5-way sealed cabinet, it had 3 8-inch bass drivers, one of which was active. The Q11 with its 3 6.5-inch drivers putting out more bass because they're all active and it's all part of that three-way design. And so we're just taking what the Q series had and just adding to it. I mean, every update KEF does, it's always adding to it. Because what's funny is how many people will keep their previous generation product and still love it.
Well, that's why we all have closets full.
Yeah, that's actually, we find so many KEF owners just take their previous generation and move it to another room because it just kind of keeps adding more and more what we can do.
I again, I'm just really proud of KEF. I did this same statement really during the R series and was really just proud of what y'all have done in the regards of understanding what models would work, having at the right price points, having very good finishes, which it really is amazing to me, the beauty of the finishes and that kind of thing, and just how good of a quality of a cabinet you can get at those dollars.
So I can't help but show, because I do have to give you guys credit, your first unboxing video of the Q Concertos really showed off the shadow flare, which is that rounded cone that comes off the UniQ on the Q11, 7, and Concerto, and Q6. Has kind of a metallic look to it, so when light hits it just right, it just looks beautiful. So the cabinets are all an MDF really good cabinet with a vinyl wrap that you can get in walnut, white, or black. In the towers, what's really neat is we actually swapped out the metal spikes for rubber spikes because we saw so many people have wood and tile floors. They can never get the metal spikes just right. So we have these rubber spikes that just make total sense. Caps on the outrigger so you can easily slide the cap off, do the adjustments, put the cap on. So now it looks like it all belongs together and it fits in your, again, your real world environment better. It's such a simple change, but it's amazing. And then on top of that, at this price point, we're including color matched grills. So in the walnut and black, you have a black grill. And in the white, we have this gorgeous silvery kind of white grill. And so it's little things like that are kind of opening up to how someone may use their product, how they may install it, where it may sit in their room. Because, you know, I've got 2 young boys. Grills are a requirement. Their fingers and toys are coming for your speaker drivers.
Agreed. Agreed.
You know, the Q series now is almost more R series than it was Q series, which is an incredible thing to do. And we did all that without raising any of the retail pricing.
That's crazy. It really is. So tell us a little bit about the warranty on the speakers.
Yep. So anything from KEF that's a speaker that basically doesn't plug in has a 5-year warranty.
Okay.
What's really amazing is we're able to do all of our service, all of our requests for service and things out of Marlboro, New Jersey, where we're based. We keep all of our parts in the factory here. You know, we own all our own factories. That's the big thing with KEF, is that everything we sell, we offer, is manufactured, design engineered, manufactured in-house in our own factories
By you.
by KEF.
Yep.
And so that really gives the customer kind of a worry-free purchase, that knowing that, hey, I'm always going to have access to the parts and pieces I need, even if I'm out of warranty 5 years from now. Anything electronic all has a 1-year parts and warranty to it. And again, all those electronics, everything, are just up in New Jersey. So if you did have a lightning storm hit and it's out of warranty or whatever, the service and help isn't that far away. And that's where, you guys play such a vital role in that customer experience of being able to get the service, support, and help, and success stories too. I mean, I love hearing from you guys, customers that come back and go like, I can't believe those things.
Yeah.
Those are amazing. Like, I've wanted the R3s for so long, and I just love listening to them. And so that's just an amazing part.
So that everything that we do and everything that we sell is a luxury item. Nobody needs this stuff. Okay, I kind of do in my life to function properly, but when we talk about luxury purchases, those things that we don't absolutely have to have, the thing about a luxury purchase and the way that luxury products should be handled is in that way, to where they're going overboard to make sure that things are taken care of properly if there is a problem, making sure that they're doing their homework up front to avoid as many problems as possible. How that's handled, having a great dealer network that's out there to be able to make sure that your experience with the product is a pleasant one. That's what a luxury product is.
Absolutely.
And a luxury product also does what it says it does. You can go home with a product, know that it's going to be taken care of, know that it was manufactured properly, and know that you can get the enjoyment that you wanted out of that product at purchase. Again, just a great job by KEF. I couldn't thank y'all enough for recognizing that it's not just at high end, but at all price points that we need to regard these things as luxury items for the folks that we work for.
Absolutely. Luxury shouldn't be tied to a specific price point.
And that is correct.
The end result is listen to music.
Right.
The end result is watch your movies. But we want people to enjoy that to the fullest, because it is a luxury. It is a luxury that we're able to sit down at the end of a day, or maybe in the morning with your coffee, listen to music and things like that. It's so important, and we want to respect that time, respect that energy, and the partnership is what makes all of that.
All right, folks, I want to invite you to come down and listen to the Q series of products. We're one of the few places in the country that has the entire line of Q series in the store ready for you to listen to. So again, I want to thank you and thank Adam for spending your time with us. The real experience is, here at the store and then in your home. So please allow us an opportunity to be able to show you what a luxury good at an affordable price really is. Thank you for watching.